Jug Bowl time. Heritage and EC Glass. We have the head coach of the Hilltoppers, Jeff Woody, on the other line. You know, I really don't know what needs to be said about the Jug Bowl.
It's the jug, man. They have the jug. They EC Glass wants the jug. Heritage has the jug. And, you know, what it means is quality football needs to be played in order to earn that jug back. And, looking at what Brad Bradley does, he's man efficient, he's scrappy, and we got to do what we got to do in order to win. And that means we got to be scrappy and efficient too. So it's going to be a tough, drag out battle, and we got to make sure that we can't fumble, we can't have negative plays. We got to wrap up. We got to make sure we tackle. Wrap up, tackle, same thing, and we block with a low pad level. So yeah, it's going to be same old Jug Bowl as always. Knock down, drag out, slugfest, and if you miss it, that's your fault.
When you talk to your kids during the week, how do you preach that, you know, the game is nothing more than game number 3, 4, whatever it is?
Yeah, you're right. You gotta somehow, somebody get them out of their jitters. I mean, they're going to be nervous, and it's a good thing to be nervous. I ask them, are you guys nervous? And if they say yes, then I say good, because that means you want to be successful, you want to win, and so just rep the same things over and over and over and over again in practice. I mean, our first play is going to be the first play that we ran yesterday, the first play that we ran today, the first play we're going to run tomorrow. It's also going to be the first play that we run Friday. It's like the first day of the week, you know, you got your game plan in, offensively, defensively. You got the kids on the back of the bus. They got to figure out how to drive it. So by day 2, they're going to get a little closer to the front. Day 3, about middle of the bus. Day 4, we've got sitting in the front seat. But by day 5, which is Friday, game day, they better be driving the bus. So I mean, it's that comfort level with repetition in your game plan and what you do on both sides of the ball. And so I feel good about our kids' wherewithal. They have a good demeanor about themselves. They definitely want to win. There's no team that wants to win more. And I say no team. I mean, Heritage wants to win just as much as we do. You can't go about that. Who wants to win more? But you know, it's just taking care of comfort. We got to be comfortable playing the game. We got to be out there and okay with going on 2. Okay with a read type of offensive play call. Adjustment on D. And so, you know, you got to put them through stress during the week. You got to push them during the week. You got to put them in stressful situations in hopes that on Friday night against Heritage in this Jug Bowl that they've experienced it already. But I want them to be nervous. It means they want to win, and I want to put them through hell and back, and I want them to be prepared mentally. So, yeah, I feel good. I mean, I'm saying the same thing Bradley's saying. Bradley is a hell of a coach. Man, that dude is efficient. And you know he's going to have his kids hungry. And I got to have mine the same way. And I think we you know, sometimes when I play Bradley, I'm not supposed to win, but I win. And he's not supposed to win, but he wins. And, you know, it's just that's that Jug Bowl, man. It's that rivalry. So rivalry, you throw all that, hey, they beat us this, that, they beat us that, all the trash talk. And I don't hear a lot of trash talk, well, although I'm not on social media. But, you know, all of the records get thrown out the window, and you've got brothership. You got the family matters. You got friendships. We see them every day. And not necessarily in the hallways, but we see them every day, you know, at the mall or at, you know, in social situations. And it's we represent Lynchburg. Both teams do. And it's just who wins the city championship in that regard. You know what I mean?
Final few questions. You said you want your team nervous. Talk to me about you want them nervous, but you don't want them tight.
No, I mean, I'm addicted to nervous. Like right before you step up to the plate and take an at-bat, or right before you walk out onto the wrestling mat, or right before you step in front of a classroom for the first day and give that opening teacher speech, right before you take a knee and ask your wife to marry you. I love that thing. And I feel like the nervousness for us is not a bad thing. The nervousness it means that you care. It means that you want to win. And if they're nervous, I just tell them to take a deep breath. And I'll take one too. Yep. Now, look, everything that you've done up to this point has prepared you for this moment. So know that you've put the work in, and you know the play, and you know what to expect, and you know your responsibility, you know your role. So let's just go ahead and trust our inner feelings, and let's get it done. Let's get it done. And I mean, yeah, it's easier said than done. And that's the second time I've said that. But if you're not nervous, and nerves, again, mean that you want to win. If you're not nervous before this game, then what are you doing? Why are you doing this? If you're not nervous before you ask your wife, will you marry me? Then what are you doing? I mean, you want success. You want her to say yes. You want to win this football game. You want to get a hit when you're at the plate. You want to win this wrestling match. And so, I mean, I like kids having nerves. To me, it tells me that they're ready. They want. And I want a lot of kids who have a bad case of the wants. And I call it COVID if you want to. I mean, it's contagious. Good football, winning, is contagious. So is losing. So giving a damn about winning for our kids means a whole lot. If you don't care, then guess what we're going to do? We're going to lose. Nerves mean you care, and they want to win. And in every football game that you want to win in revolves around up front. So we got to win up front. And granted, we got George White who can throw the ball over the yard. We got a lot of wide receivers that can catch the ball. But this game is predicated by what's going on in the trenches.
Have you brought up what happened last September on a Saturday at all this week?
We haven't gone back to last year, although that was a classic Jug Bowl. Every Jug Bowl is classic. But you know, we're living now. We're not living then. What can we do right now? And yes, you have to be a great historian, a good librarian, and you got to look at what you've done in the past that has been successful. But you also got to figure out, I mean, that's a different Heritage team than it is now. That's a different glass team than it is now. So, you know, you gotta know who you're playing against. You gotta watch your film. You gotta study. And I feel like our guys know who we are. They know who they are. And they've grown up together. They've always played against Heritage. And whether it be at Lincoln, whether it be at Dunbar, whether it be at Sandusky, they know each other. Whether it be Little League, they know each other. And so that's why I call it family feud. It's the rivalry. I mean, it's brethrenship. It's the Jug.
Final question. I know it'll probably take a 5-minute answer, so I better ask now. Give me one key offensively, one key defensively, one key on special teams that has a Jug going back to Langhorne Road. Well,
it's going to be tough to get the Jug. And I don't like that you said it's going to take 5 minutes. We'll try to keep it a whole lot quicker than that.
4 minutes and 50 seconds.
All right. Yes, sir. We got to be efficient on offense. The first 2 minutes of the game are important. We got to get rid of those jitters. We cannot have an offsides or a fumble or a missed snap or what have you. We got to do what we got to do early and be efficient. Defensively, we got to be scrappy. And that means we got to leave our feet to make a play. We got to line up right. The cavalry's got to show up and show up man and make physical tackles. We got to cause turnovers. Maybe rip the ball out or make an interception. Going back to the offensive side, the first thing I said, we cannot have a turnover. I said that already, but I'm going to make sure that I emphasize that we cannot have a turnover. Momentum changes. We've got to control the momentum change, both sides of the ball. And then special teams, we've done a good job with this. I mean, we've controlled field position. We've had one punt block get scored by the top. We can't have any of those. We got to make sure that we protect our kickers, our punters, and you got to fly down the field and stay in your lane and make a play. And but Bradley's going to say the same thing. What they've got to do in order to win is offensively, Heritage they have to be efficient. On defense, they got to fly to the football, and on special teams, they got to control field position. And so that's the struggle for both teams. If you can do that, and let's talk about clock for a minute. You got to clock it too now. If we're up, we got to control that clock. If we're down, we got to go get that ball, score real quick, and then come back and control the clock. So clock is of the utmost importance as well.
That's Jeff Woody on the Pregame Show. We're back with more on 102.3 and Groove102.com.